Letting everybody know you live, G. Let me know, let me know. Let me know, let me know. But let me know. And we back again. Ooh, right there, right there. We back again. I know y'all need some entertainment. This is gonna be a good one. This is gonna be a real good one. Somebody gonna like this one. What's up, Jared, darling? I appreciate it. Yeah, man. Get the likes. Everybody can do 100 likes. This is gonna be a good one. Y'all gonna want to tune in to this. Y'all better hope my mod don't come in here. Cause if my mod was in here, well, you know what I'm saying. She be keeping me tame. We had a good conversation though. But let's go. Let's have that conversation. It's people on live right now with my face. I was scrolling through live. I be seeing my face. I don't get it. I'm not trying to, you know what I mean? What's going on? I don't mind. I don't mind really. Like I appreciate it. And you can use me to get your likes up. You can use me to, make a good live. But let's talk about this movement. Let's talk about this movement. Oh man, them numbers going up too much. Come on, y'all. I need 100 likes from everybody real quick, man. Let's get everybody in here. This is gonna be a good one. I'm telling you. And I ain't gonna be here too long. I can't even set my clock, but I can see what time it is. I don't be in here too long. Let's get them lights up. We should have been at least 1,000. We should be at 5,000 really. When bald people watch their face, how far do they go? That sounds like a riddle right there. Anybody got the answer? Okay. All right, wonderful. They'll get to you. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. I'm gonna bring some people in. Ooh, this is women only starting off. I'm gonna see if I can get some men in here, but I want, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be women only. You probably, you know what I'm saying, you probably heard about, I don't know. TikTok be different, but I know y'all hear about it, but then at the same time, y'all see if y'all scroll through, y'all gonna see stuff. And man, you can search it too now. This just shows you how society is sometimes. Oh no. Oh no. What's up, Coretta? This just a test run. I'm sorry. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I know you got stuff to do. What's no time? Dang. See, Aaron, at least you be reading. No time is your time when it comes down to it. I really, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot more that goes into it, but really it's a time for you to take a chance and better yourself. You know what I mean? You give a lot of your time away and you should be using it to get you to where you want to be. Pursue your purpose. There's a lot of things that we do. We get distracted and we just get focused on one thing, which is really not good. And that's why I want to hear from the ladies today. That's what I want to hear from the ladies today. Storyteller, are you a storyteller? Storyteller, you ain't a storyteller. Somebody in here be doing this. Sounds like a bitter response to for B. Okay. I stopped reading the comments after a while, but right now, y'all in good shape. But let me tell you though, holding men accountable, holding yourself accountable. Men holding men accountable, becoming better leaders, focusing on your mental health, discipline, accountability. You understand what I'm saying? Purpose, what we need to be chasing. We need to be, there's a lot of women expressing themselves and they letting us know that they fed up. You can tell what's going on. And you can say, hey, oh, this is just mirroring off of the 4B movement. And it's so hard for you to believe that women can come up with good ideas. Like what do you think we need women, women for anyway? You think what see you it's just gotten so bad to the point where we can't even imagine somebody coming up with a good idea and you can take good things from it, just being a woman. Women come up with great ideas. Iron sharpens iron. That's why when you in a real relationship, it takes two. When two people come together, put their heads together, they do real things. You know what I'm talking about? Expand on what is 4G to support 4B. Man, is it to support 4B? It's to support. Ooh, man, that's a lot of. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Is it to support 4B? It's to support. It's to support the world because it starts with men. And this is what we saying. Y'all correct me when I'm wrong. When I start saying something wrong, then y'all let me know. But it starts with men, so it's to correct men. So it's going to be beneficial to everybody. When you say it supports 4B, like what is there's some different 4Bs, but the fundamental purpose I'm gonna imagine is to make women better women. You're taking the time and you're working on yourself. I don't, what I'm saying? I can't really get to the bottom of everything else. I'm not the type of person that just, I've heard, I take notes. I got different definitions, you know what I mean, for different movements, and it's and from where it started. But that's it. I don't really know all that. So to support it like that, um, women stop choosing wrong men. See there. I was going, I'm gonna give you a chance if somebody wants to come up and talk to you, babe. What y'all follow me for? New here. What's the fortune? Y'all just here. You just here. What's up, Chrissy? 4G movement. It's a movement for men to better themselves. All right, to take accountability for what's going on. To 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 become better men, become better, members of society. It's things that we do need to focus on that we don't. We do get caught up. We support things and people that we have no business giving our time, our attention, our resources, our cash app. You know what I mean? I'm trying to just take back the brains of the men in the world and kind of get them on track. It's somewhere that we need to go. Oh, just what I wanted. But I do, it's kind of throws you off as far as what you read. No sex, no provision, no time, no children. We shouldn't be having children just out there all willy nilly. Why would you want to even do that? That's ridiculous. You putting yourself in situations, you putting yourself in danger as well as you putting the woman in danger to do all that, especially if you're not going to be there. Cassandra, what's happening? Cassandra
Good
Mama?
evening.
What
Can
did
you
that
hear
say?
me?
Good evening, Marie. I can hear you.
Great.
Welcome.
I just want to say first, thank you for having this conversation. And two, I am a 54-year-old divorced mother of three,
Okay.
and never in my wildest dreams did I think at this point I would hear women and men having these important conversations about being accountable for our both of our own behaviors and taking accountability. And I am um, proud and excited to hear people having these difficult conversations because it is what will change the dynamics in relationships, and it's just a really nice thing to see.
I'm picking up what you putting down. I like you already.
Thank you.
But I agree, it is nice. It is nice. I'm glad that's some positive stuff. Okay. All right. So you started off with that. Is there a but coming behind it?
No sir, no but.
Okay. I got a question for you since I got you here. Did you have
I'm
something else
ready.
that you wanted to add first before I
No, I didn't.
so what is it? How do you think men need to hold each other accountable? or hold themselves
That's a
accountable?
great
Like
question.
what are we doing wrong? How can we
Well,
become better? What's your from your point of view? I'm sure you got a good
well,
point of view.
I, I love I love what you said. I love the fact that men and
You're
are
going
willing
in and
to hold
out.
their.
I
I
can't hear
think
you that well.
that's like the first step. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
It's still a little bit foggy. Still a little bit foggy. But I get what you say. Well,
I'm
I can
sorry.
kind of hear you. Go ahead. One more time. Go ahead. I hear you better now. I think I lost you. I can speak for you to start off with. Oh, hold on. Let me look at these comments while you doing that. Let me see what these people talking about. Oh man, see there y'all go in the comments again. Let me know when you back, Cassandra, or somebody else wanna come in. Miss Malisa, thank you for the role. Okay, men nervous about losing their lineage if it gets to that point. Just curious. I don't know. I never heard anybody complain about that. Women work, but do they produce nothing? Oh, y'all in here. Oh man. See, people got what's going on? What did I say? What did I say that got y'all doing all this? Hold on. But anybody in the comments, what do you think? It's your chance to hold men accountable. What do you think we need to do? We need women accountable, dude. I understand. But it falls on the men, doesn't it? Don't it? Don't it? Who does it fall on when it's all said and done? What is on track for men? Nux, I don't know what you mean by that. You speaking, I don't know if you're speaking that Southern English that I like. Chef, I see what you first, your relationship with your father, also with those you associate yourself with. Okay. See, it's be out of context. I can't really be telling, I don't know what y'all be talking about. Oh, you talking to somebody else. Y'all, ooh, we're not gonna get like that. Who's that? You said 4G will help men get on the right track. Correct. Correct. So you're saying what track? The track of becoming the best version of yourself, exactly what you need to be. And it's kind of up to you which direction that you take it. But if the things that I'm talking about, no children, you just going out there and having children, or chasing tail all the time, you're not focused, giving your time away, your resources. You taking people out. You out here trying to date. They'll tell you, if you don't make a certain amount, you don't need to date. I mean, you should reevaluate some of the choices that you're making and get focused. You're choosing the wrong people. We make bad choices when it comes down to it. We blame the single mothers, but really, and like I said, it always comes back on men. We making this single mothers. So if we making this single mothers, then that's a problem. And sometimes we can be oblivious because we don't have to have children physically. There's a lot of stuff that we don't really go through. And you just think it's okay. And you can just walk away if you want to walk away. But that's it. You get you on track really for yourself. That's a danger to yourself, to be honest with you. Let me see, Ray. Why is it so hard for men to just leave women alone, especially if that's what they request? If somebody tells me to leave them alone, I would leave them alone. Matter of fact, I'm not attracted to anybody who's not attracted to me. But I guess I'm not one of those guys, and I want to talk to, I want to hear this stuff that you're talking about. Let me know what the problem is. 'Cause it's a lot of stuff. It's a whole lot of different stuff that goes on. But you ain't got to worry about me. Matter of fact, you only got 10 seconds to like me back. If I like you, you got 10 seconds to like me back, and then it's over with. But from what I'm hearing, there are people out there who don't take no for an answer, who, I'm hearing horrible things. I'm hearing horrible, horrible, horrible things of what's going on out there. And I can no longer ignore it. It's like, I don't watch for colored girls, and only seen Color Purple one time in my life. I be trying to keep myself and my spirit and all that away from it. I can do the old Tyler Perry on the bootleg DVDs. That's fine. I can do the old Tyler Perry on the bootleg DVDs, but I can't it's a lot of singing. Some of them songs are good, but it's just a lot of pain. It's a lot of hurt that I'm hearing. It's a lot of hurt. So I'm just trying to kind of get to the bottom of it. And some of us feel like some of us men might feel like, hey, we're not contributing to it, so it doesn't matter. It's not that it doesn't matter. It's just that we really don't feel it as much as you all feel it. But I'm hearing everybody. I'm hearing a lot of women and the things that they're saying that they deal with and that they go on. It's sad. It is sad. King Solomon had 300 women. How did we get here? Listen, man, we trying to make a difference. I hope y'all in these comments that's going back and forth, Nuck and whoever else it is. I hope y'all coming to a solution. I would love for I would love. I'm trying to. You got. Let me see what time it is. You got 20 more minutes, ladies. I just want to talk to the ladies only, starting off, and then I want to talk to the fellas if you want to come in, or y'all can just argue in the comments. That's fine, and I'll just talk. If y'all know me good enough, you know what I'm saying, I will do a soliloquy. But there's nothing wrong. There's one thing that men are lacking in general is discipline. Okay, there's people that got on lives right now, got my face up. I had something saying, should we be celibate and all that. People don't even believe men can be celibate. I'm telling you, man, anything will happen on the internet. The internet's a funny place. The internet's a funny place. And it's not cool to try to do right sometimes. It's always gonna be something on both sides. I feel bad for women, I feel bad for men. You can't say nothing. If somebody doesn't agree with you, there are new ways now that they will try to shut you down. Okay. It wasn't always like that. It's like, you can just use certain words or certain phrases to make somebody like, hold on, wait a minute. You done already took it down. And then the conversation can't happen. I had a young lady up here. I mean, she was, well, I mean, I'm going to assume that everything is positive. This is a test run. Tomorrow is going digital. I just want to see where everybody's at, and I'm seeing everything is good. Reed, let me see how many followers you got, Reed. Reed, you got a lot of followers. Request stuff. I want to talk to you. You done wrote too many times, but peace is priceless. I love some of the stuff that you're saying. It brings the best peace. Come holler at me, Reed. Lovely. I thought you can get a better partner. It's a huge problem. Also for me. Come on, Lovely. How many followers you got? Oops, almost blocked you. I hope I didn't block you. I got a trigger finger. Oh, yeah, you need to request up too. Y'all got enough followers? Y'all ain't requesting up. Y'all comment warriors. I want to hear what y'all got to say. Matter of fact, from the women, I want to hear, tell me what's going on. Oh, somebody got some sorry Kushmari boy. Thank you. Yeah. Ladies only right now. Made to go to war and win. Hey, Moves, what's going on? What kind of war are you talking about? We're not made for that. We're made to go to war. I don't know what you mean. And I'm not talking about forever. Oh, I can already tell what you're about. Ooh, you might not get another response. That's weird. You trolling. You trolling. Responsible hookup cups not needed for men or women beyond 30. See, everybody knows everything. Everybody knows everything. Oh, you in bed? I don't want to, you ain't got to see your face. Let me hear that bedtime voice, Reed. In bed. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I'm gonna let you chill in the comments. That's fine. That's fine. Cause I'll get on here and it's like I got the big microphone. So I can say whatever it is I want. You don't got enough followers. Okay, that's fine. I've been there. Listen, man, I started from the bottom too. I understand what you're saying. You got a good excuse. You got a good excuse. But as far as holding men accountable, it's for the best. And we should always take the blame anyway. We should always point the finger at ourselves. If everything is our fault, if we can just come to that conclusion, then we should be, what I'm saying? We should be improving. That's how you grow. That's how you make a change. Shop. What the going?
Hello. I won't be up here long. Um,
Uh-oh. You gonna hit it and quit it. Go ahead.
the 4G movement. That's the no sex, no provision, no time, no children, right? That the women have started doing or talking
Is that
about.
what they're doing?
Um, I think I've been seeing lives about it.
So you're not a part of it. You don't support it. You do and all that.
Oh no, I'm
Okay.
a fiance, but if that's the
Congratulations.
movement, thank you. If that's the movement, I do support it. I think it will force both men and women to become better people. I think it will open up, I think it will bring forth more healthy relationships, more two-parent households, more marriages within our community. So I do think, it's called 4B movement. I'm sorry. I do think that is something that is good. Now, on the flip side, you are going to have women out here who aren't going to follow that. So they're going to be the ones that still entertain these men who don't want to entertain that. But I would say for the women who are on this movement, I feel like it's a good thing for you guys.
I think some of the things that I've heard, and I'm just going to take the best things about it. I think it's good, especially if you're trying to better yourself, you're trying to better your situation. Then, like, how can you not be for that? If that's what it's about, respecting yourself. You know what I mean, and
Right.
and really keeping your antennas up for
Yeah.
for exactly what's going on.
I mean,
Like
that's the
I support that. I just don't want to blindly just say, "Ooh, I support it," because it's I've just heard different things. But if I could make up my own definition of it and just take the good things, then I definitely agree.
Yeah, and I feel like also with this movement, um, I feel like if women have to be serious about this movement so that men will actually take them serious. Like, it's not something you can just say
Explain
online.
that.
Like, you actually have to live it in your real life. You can't just talk about it online. You actually have to live it in real life because men can counter that and be like, okay, well, we're not going to be paying for dates anymore. We're not going to
No
be
cash out.
asking. Yeah, like they could say that, like no cash apps, no sending money, no dates, none of this. So it's like, and even I feel like even if a man was to say that, still stand on business because that's the man right there that's showing you that he's really after one thing. He's not really after to get to know you as a person. He's just trying to play games with you, and he's using those tactics to see if you're going to fold.
And I think
So,
sometimes we don't. And it comes from our childhood sometimes. I'm speaking about men because we hold men accountable. I do got another question for you, what I'm saying, as far as that, because I want you to get on that. But just things from our childhood, we make bad decisions sometimes. And we give things to people that they don't even deserve what we have to give. And I can even speak for women. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of people don't deserve, saying what you have to offer, and you can kind of give it up. But making better decisions, I think that provides clarity. Like some of the things that they're talking about, I think that it's a great idea. Well, I don't know why I would be mad at it. Um,
right.
but I mean, there people get mad about everything that comes up.
I
So I guess
mean,
I'm not surprised.
people are only the people who are mad about it are the people who don't want to change and the people who have no self-control. Once people realize that, I know you can't say certain stuff on TikTok, but once people realize that, um, sex is like not that important, and once people stop looking at money, sex, a lot of things will be better. Once people stop trauma bonding, a lot of things will
Who
be
who are you?
better.
Keep talking. You
I have a
preaching. Who
jewelry
are you?
store, you guys. Let me put that out there. I sell jewelry.
Go ahead. I
But
see.
that's you have to like change like I'm from what I'm hearing, because my fiance be on here more, he's been telling me about this movement. From what I've
The
been
4B?
hearing, I actually, yes. From what I've been hearing, I like it. Like, I can get behind something like that because it's something positive, and it's something that will it will bring more respect back to women. I feel like men and women don't respect women as a whole. And
Men
I feel
and
like,
women don't respect women.
yes.
Oh, that's deep. Oh, listen, I'm taking the okay. That sounds. I really need you to expand on that.
Well, like, uh, well, starting with women, like, uh, I don't know. I can't. I don't know if I want to say we because I'm not like this anymore. But let me just say we so I can connect with you guys. You know, just giving ourselves away to men who don't respect us, um, lowering our standards to men who don't deserve us, or because we're trying to get picked by that man. Um, Having a baby by a man who doesn't deserve to have your kids. That's, I would say. And then, like, the women, like, disrespecting each other when it comes to these men who don't even have a pot to pee in, you know don't even
You
respect
said
their
that nicely
mothers.
though. Uh,
Yeah, like, they don't even respect their mothers, but you will fight another woman over him because you think you can change him. That's one. And then when it comes to men respecting women, I think that's kind of like obvious, like how that is. Like, we're sexualized a lot, we're
I
disrespected out
agree.
in the streets, we're not really protected. Like I said, you don't respect your mother, so you're not going to respect me. uh you have a daughter, but you're still out here mistreating women. It's just a lot. So it's like, I out of all of the stuff that has been said on TikTok, out of all the movements, I will say that the 4B movement, if it's like the, actually the positive that I've been hearing, that's a movement that I can get behind, because women, and I'm gonna say Black women, we do need to make a change within our community when it comes to how we're looked at, as when it comes to our men and how we look at each other. So hold out, girl. Take yourself out on dates, travel the world, um, love on yourself. Because one
Take
thing
care of
I
your
tell
mental
people,
health.
yeah, like, one thing I tell people, um, you run across millions of people every day. You're never going to not run across a man. Men will be looking for women until the day they, are gone. So you don't have to rush to be in a relationship just because society says, oh, your time is ticking. You don't have to rush to have a baby because society is telling you, oh, you're not going to be able to have a baby by a certain age. You don't have to rush to get married just because society is saying, you know, what's for you will always be for you. So, yeah, like, take care of yourself first. And then once a man sees that you're taking care of yourself, he will come in and add to it. And if he doesn't, move himself along because he's not for you.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Hey, yeah, well, I mean, if you got a second, hang on tight, because I got another question for you, but I want to just speak
Okay.
to Rebel Queen. Y'all see my mod working. She's supposed to be sleep. She here. She know I'm gonna be on my best behavior because I got my mod in here. Rebel, what's going on?
Oh, I was just
It's women only right
reading.
now, y'all. For the meantime, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was saying I was reading some of the comments, and I know
You
you're.
better be
It says
careful with them
holding men
comments.
accountable, and somebody said, if women choose a man that isn't shit, then that's on her, basically. But
Don't
that's
read
not
the
been
don't
my.
read the comments. Don't read
Hmm?
the comments. But go ahead. Is that what you
No, I was
responded
just
to? The
noticing that, and I
comment?
just wanted to say something because
Go ahead.
men
Go
holding
ahead.
each
Let it
other
be known.
accountable. That's something that I feel needs to happen because men do not like to take accountability for their own behavior. So growing up, I
Okay.
saw a lot of men, deliberately lying to women to get with them, and then it's put on the woman for not knowing he was like not shit, basically. So that's something that definitely should be addressed between men, because women holding men accountable is showing up in this movement like we just don't want to deal with it
In the
anymore.
4B? In the
Yeah.
4B movement? Okay.
Oh my God, who's that I just killed?
So not wanting to
My bad.
deal with that, we're saying, you know what? You're saying don't pick bad men, but if the majority of men we meet are bad, then we're not going to deal with them at all.
It makes
So-
sense to me. So are you like part of the 4G movement, or are you just liking what you hear from certain aspects of it?
Yeah, well, I'm personally, I'm married. I've been with my husband. We've been together like 11 years. So
Okay.
I'm not personally a part of that movement, but I respect it. I think
You
that
get what's
men
going
should
on.
hold each other accountable, and women are going to do what's in our best interest to protect each other and ourselves.
Wonderful. I got a question for you too. Just hang on tight, Rebel. Brandy, what's happening? Welcome.
Hello. So I have a little bit of a different perspective. I am going to be 45 this year, and I have three daughters
Happy
that
early
I've raised
birthday.
primarily by myself. They are 18, 20, and 23. My oldest is in the Navy. My current husband is Air Force. So we live a little bit different lifestyle than everybody else, and we see a variety of individuals and a lot of different diversity that we're exposed to on a regular basis. And it is really interesting. He is one in a million, and people will tell him, man, your wife's so great. Why is your wife so great? She's so awesome. And people tell me the same thing. Oh my God, your husband opened your door for you, and he does this and he does that, and he's so great. Because we take care of each other, right? We invest in each other and we care about each other, and that's what we do, and that's what people need to get back to. And if you're not prepared to invest in and take care of somebody else's heart, mind, growth, as well as your own, then you need to be stepping back and focus solely on yourself. And I think when we're talking about this movement, because the 4B movement came out of Korea, these women have done an amazing thing. They have lowered the birth rate, which is terrifying people, by excluding men from relationships, from intimacy, and all of that, because of the way that they have been being treated. They have decided this is enough. We're not going to accept this until you bring us to a level playing field. And that's at work, that's at play, in relationships. Like, we're just not having it anymore. And so when we talk about that, we need to consider, like, how do we get there?
I'll catch you next time. Shop. Sure. Okay.
And
Okay.
so
I'm listening to you.
but anyhow, so when I see it, like, my daughters are like, yeah, we're checking out of this. We don't even know that we want to be in a normal heteronormative relationship because of how bad it looks. Like, we we're supposed to be progressing, right? We're in a progressive world, right? Where everything's supposed to be getting better. We have more access to knowledge. Why does it seem like we're getting worse instead of better in relationships?
It's pretty
Anyway, that was
bad.
just
It's
my.
pretty bad. Do you have any um like who's so I was gonna ask you whose fault it is, but let's just say that it just falls on the man's fault. You know what I mean? And you're advising people and whatnot. What do you think that is? How can men be better, in your opinion? You can tell me what's
I think
wrong. You can tell me.
so. I have four brothers. I'm the one girl that has four brothers. And if my brothers were to come to me and say, what could we do to make the world a better place for you and your daughters? I think that's the first step. What can we do to make things better for you? But then you have to listen. You have to listen to what we're saying. It's like with anything. It's like with anything. We want people to hear us, but and we don't really listen because we say, oh yeah, we hear you. We're going to add diversity and inclusion training at work for women. That's going to make it better. But then in the break room, when somebody says something inappropriate, who's calling them out? And calling out doesn't have to be an aggressive thing. Calling out could be hey man, we're not doing that anymore.
So this is men holding
We're
other
not.
men accountable, is what you're
It's
saying.
anybody holding any. If I'm in a room,
You're saying anybody.
again, I'm in a comfortable position because of how I grew up with men, so I'm cool. So they're typically comfortable joking around me in any form or fashion. If somebody says something out of pocket, I'm gonna call them out, whether it's sexist, racist, homophobic. I'm just gonna say, bro, we do not live in that world anymore. That's not cool. We're not doing that. And the first time, that's your freebie, right? The first time, if we're at work in a professional setting, that's your freebie. The second time, that's it. Like, I don't care who I have to talk to, but that's the next level. That's what we're doing. But we have to hold each other accountable, whoever that is.
Okay.
If it's your friend that you're with, then that's on you. You know what I mean? But it doesn't
I
have
know
to be a
I like
fight
exactly
or
what
a
you're saying.
screaming match. It
But
it's
somebody
just a
needs to hold somebody
conversation.
accountable.
Yeah.
Okay, Brandy,
And we all
appreciate it.
have
Hold
to.
on for me. Samira. Yeah. I like what she's saying. Samira,
Mm-hmm.
did I say that right?
You didn't. No, it's okay. You can call me Sam.
Sam. I
It be whooping
apologize.
people's ass.
Respectfully.
It's okay. It's a
And
hard
and
one.
I did go over it once or twice. I messed up.
It's Samira. You never met a
Samira, and I
Samira?
was talking about Samira. I said
I feel like there's a
Samira. But you know
Samira in
what?
every state, or at least a Amira. Everybody know what Amira, right?
All right, so Samira, yeah. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
my apologies. My
All good.
apologies.
Okay. Um. So about the
I like the
topic.
name though. Beautiful name. Go
Thank
ahead.
you. It means elevated and lofty, so I'll try to keep it
Ooh,
real lofty on this live. Um.
that
I
works.
like the 4B movement, but I do take it very seriously. I look at it almost like becoming a nun in a covenant. So
Okay.
I don't play with it like fickly, like to be like, oh, I'm 4B today, or you know what I'm saying. So I'm very much weighing the pros and cons
This
before I officially, take up arms with the West 4B movement. But unconsciously, it is how I have been living my whole adult life. I don't date. I don't have male friends. I don't have sex with men. And at this point, I probably don't want to have a child. Um, and not because I don't love men and all the things or whatever, but as I became grown, the level of like, and then I'm black, so like it was bred in me to be race loyal since I was a child. I grew up in a very pan-African home, so the idea of dating out was blasphemous. And then I started experiencing misogynoir around 16, around puberty, and it never got any better the older I got. So I can't really speak to Brandy's situation. I think the black community, we're going through something very different, very particular, something never
see,
done in
she
history,
might
where
be
we're
black.
she ain't.
Oh no.
Not like that. I just looked at her
Golly, I
profile.
love it though.
Not
Go
like that.
ahead.
I
I'm
just looked at her
sorry. What?
profile. But even my wife friend, she agrees. She's like, y'all got something different is going on in y'all dating pool right now, to the point that she believes it's FBI funded. Um, but I don't know what else to do at this point. I think and then I heard somebody say on one of the 4B lives, like, at this point we're just listening to men, right? Like, black men have told us over and over again, we don't like you guys. You're hyenas. You're ghetto. You're Banji. You're a single mother. I mean,
Who
everything
said
that
that?
we
Was this
think.
the 4G West live that
I
you're
mean,
talking
I'm just
about?
saying this has been the mantra of black men on the internet probably since the inception of Twitter,
I got you. Okay.
Instagram. I mean, I can go outside my house and if I just
I believe you.
you know what it is. So I don't know what to do. So I'm listening to black men. I'm trying to leave them alone. They don't so it's kind of like this thing where everybody, maybe this will be good for us to take a reset and just leave everybody alone. They say we fucking too much. We Jezebels. So maybe if we just ain't fucking
Keep it
nobody,
PG for me, but yeah.
oh sorry, or loving on nobody, then maybe everybody will be happy. I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna give this coochie to God in the meantime.
That's
Mhm.
ooh, what?
Yeah.
You threw
Mhm.
me off of that last one, man. I had
It's been
something to
a
say,
long
but
time coming, but I know a change gonna come. See, because I went to my brother and I said, brother, help me, please. But he wind up, Michael, knocking me. Back down on my knees. Sam Cooke told
What's,
you. Sam Cooke told you.
what'd
Y'all,
he
if y'all
say?
don't know that song, y'all too young. But yeah, that's how I feel.
Oh, I got enough gray hair. I feel what you're saying. You know, I don't want you to just throw your hands up. It sounds like you're just throwing your hands up. But what do you think?
Not
Um,
necessarily
I
to
mean,
throw my
what's your
hands up.
biggest
I just
complaint
don't
about
want to. I
men?
don't want to throw my hands. I don't want to put my hands up. I ain't fighting no man. Why would I put my hands up to a man?
Not like that. I mean, like you're giving up. I'm sorry. Not like you put your
Yeah, in a
dukes up.
sense, I guess I'm just choosing me. I cannot continue to center men. It's a losing bet. Even men will tell you that. My own stepfather, he told me, he was like, he called boys dream killers. He's a man, and that's what he
They
calls them.
definitely can be. They definitely
All
can
right
be.
now, and every daddy know it. Every daddy know it, but they,
I got two girls. You know what I
so
mean? I
come
wanna.
on now, make it plain. Make it
Hey, you
plain.
know, and I'm trying to ask you what the complaints are about men. You can tell me.
I just think that
You
if
can reason
you
with me
had
before
two,
I go
if
to
you had two
Gaza.
young black girls or two, I don't know if they're biracial or whatever, but it's
No,
just the fact
I'll
that
bring them in here. They chocolate. Keep
okay,
them
good for
moist
them.
here.
I love that. But then they get the brood of it. Ask them what they fellow, brown boys say to them and how do they cope and how do they deal and how do they weed out the noise, Like that would be my question because I don't know. Like I'm a privileged and I'm in a privileged body, but like my friends that are dark skinned, like the things that they go through, 10 times worse. 10 times worse. So it's just like this shit
Oh,
is real, bro. Our community needs a lot of healing and the in between time. I just want to leave everybody
it
alone.
does.
I'm just trying to leave everybody alone so we can heal. But I'm gonna let Stargazer go. I know
Hey,
she's trying to talk.
yeah. Come on, Stargazer. I didn't see. Oh, I guess that is Stargazer because it's a star in front. I was gonna
Hello.
call it. Okay. I'm so
Hello,
slow.
everyone.
What's going on?
Thank you for joining me. Letting me, inviting me up.
I'm joining
Um,
you. This is you. You got the floor.
thank you. So when it comes to the 4B
What you did.
movement, you have to think about what are they standing for? What are the four pillars that they're standing on? And what they're saying that they're standing on is that the four pillars are to not marry men, not birth their children, not date them, and not not do any disassociate themselves with them. That's the four pillars. So if you it should be 1B, because if you are looking at it like I am and you say, well, you can't have a baby without marriage and you can't date before you get married. So to me that would be 1B for starters. So I'm just laying the foundation down. Now, I went into one of the lives where they were hosting, and I talked to the host of the 4B movement, West, and she was telling me
She was
that,
in my live too. I got to speak with her also. Huh.
yeah, and she was telling me that she's an atheist, and I know a lot of women, especially black women, we're not all atheists. And so, and she was really coming down hard on the brothers. And I said, you guys are kind of coming off as Satanist nuns in a way. And I can't get down totally with that. But as far as the movement goes about
Is that when
closing
she
the,
was talking about the Popeye arms? And
yeah, yeah.
you do
Satanist,
the
do you
man.
mean like the
Listen, I was
Church of
there.
Satan or
I took good
Satan?
notes.
I'm sorry.
I just said Satanist nuns.
Oh,
Yeah,
you didn't
that
hear.
was the closest I would couldn't get to.
Okay, so sorry. Sorry.
So I say you guys are kind of coming off a little strong, and I know a lot of black women, every black woman is not subjected to being, an atheist or, in that group. So I don't know if it really necessarily calls for me. And I had to ask her, whether or not, to give me the definition of woman. And she was able to give me the definition of woman, which is an adult human female. And I agree with that because if she would have had said, well, it depends, then it would have been contradicting to what her stance is, because now you're letting males in. And if you're saying that you are not trying to associate with males, well, then your whole argument will fall. And so those are my thoughts around it so far. That was what I was able to gather from that. I don't think that every woman is going to jump ship and go, and go into the whole 4B thing. But as far as the whole, like, trying to decenter men to get themselves together, hold themselves accountable, I do like that part of it. I do like that aspect of it. I don't think that every man should be punished just because of that. I think what it is for me is that I am against, like, I'm a transphobic person. I can say that. I'm very
Okay.
bigoted. I'm very bigoted because I don't believe that a male can be a woman. I'm going to stand on that 10
What does
toes.
that have to do with, about you not having
See.
sex and you not giving, like, what does that have to do with, this is about you, babe. This is
I
not about
know.
a different community. Like, you're just like moving the goalposts, and I get what you're trying to get at, but it's like, how do you feel about them? Like, you, I don't care about how you feel about a different community. They're not even involved in this conversation.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that it changes things if they are redefining what a woman is, because
But
she's
we're not
saying
even
that this
having
is
that
for
conversation,
women.
babe. You're like,
Yeah.
you're tripping out. You're tripping out. You're crashing out.
Well, I want to know why you're tripping out right now, because I'm not
Because I
saying
want to talk
anything.
about the movement. I don't want to talk about your bigoted views on
But
transphobia.
And
I
and
really
I'll
don't know
and
why.
I'll and I'll say this, and we're gonna be respectful to each other and whatnot. But I will say
I'm
this.
sorry if that was coming off any kind of way. I was
I'm
not
telling you, you're
trying
gonna
to
get the
go there.
live booted. The whole live gonna get closed down. You just said you are transphobic. That's
Yeah,
all
I
nobody wants
am.
to hear. So it's just like you're breaking TikTok rules. The
Yeah,
live's gonna get shut down. You might
I,
get
I,
posted
I would
again.
well,
say.
for the
Hold
safety
on
of
a second, Kelly.
TikTok,
Hold
I
on a
won't
second.
say anything.
Yeah, I didn't know we was having that convo. I would never signed up for that.
Yeah. And I will also say, it's going to derail the conversation. And, saying as far as what exactly that we're trying to accomplish, especially if we're trying to get change, it's no reason for that. If you could just say it and move on, hey, you could, but you know, um,
Hmm.
that's okay. You know what I mean? I'm not, I don't judge, I don't judge that. Everybody has their own views, but let's just keep it cool. Let's just keep it
Yes.
G.
Well, this is what I was gathering from the whole 4B movement, and I had questions about that because I wanted to know exactly how true are they 4B for women. And so that's the reason why I was trying to bring it back home and land my plane. I didn't know. Well, I do apologize, host, for using that type of terminology on your live. I'm really truly not trying to get you
Oh,
taken
it's all
down.
good. Please,
But
thank you.
I
Please and
just
thank
want
you.
to share. I just want to share my thoughts. That's it. And Samira, I don't mean to offend you in any type of way. I was just trying to have a conversation with you.
No, we can have a conversation. I just get weird about that particular segue.
Mhm.
But we can have a conversation about, like you said, like the bees and like you said something very interesting where you're like, I don't think all men should be punished. And as soon as you said that, I thought, well, why is it punishment to not give access to my body?
Well, no,
Why is that a punishment to somebody else?
well, I'm
Why do
just
people
talking
feel?
about the live in particularly because
Oh, okay.
she was kind
For
of
going
taking
in.
jabs at the men, and I was like, whoa, I don't want to look like I'm just a man hater in the live, just coming down on these men because some men were talking facts.
What were the facts?
Like there was men up there that were agreeing, like, yes, you
Mm.
should be able to choose the life you want to live and close your legs and have the life that you want. So it was good men in there. It was talking real good stuff. So, and it was like a few jabs that were being blown, and I didn't want to take away from actually the movement because we need men to also agree to kind of like let us go. Like just it should be a mutual understanding. That's what trying to say. It
Okay.
should be a peaceful like protest in a way. So I just at first I thought it was kind of coming down on the brothers, and I don't like that. That part I don't like. It gets nasty, and it
I
shouldn't be that
mean,
way.
that's the same as somebody. I mean, you just came down on a whole community, and nobody called you nasty, right? So we can't like. I mean, if people want to come, like if this is how I look at it, right?
I
If
love everything else she said.
if you look at it like a little like if it was a little group of like angry women,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm saying that like how y'all look at it, because I don't think they're angry, and I never will call a black woman angry. But if that's how you look at it, this group of angry women ain't hurting nobody. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Even if they talk among themselves, man, the trash. If we all sit in our little circle and we knit till we get old and crusty, oh, man ain't shit. Girl, pass me the yarn. Man ain't shit. Who is that hurting?
Well, you
Because
know,
there
it's
will
just,
still be women
we
like
can say
you.
the same. We can say the same thing about a lot of these red pill podcasts where they're just kind of like saying all kinds of stuff about
No,
women.
they're saying things
You
that make
know,
things happen like what happened in Brooklyn 2 weeks ago with them two twins happen. They're saying enact violence on women. They're saying make women feel small. They're giving steps on how to do this. They're saying get in women's brains. 4B
it's
is
the
saying
same thing.
just no, it's not. 4B is saying
Uh,
disengage. Don't deal. Disengage
No,
100%. Worry about you.
Coretta's my
Don't have
mod,
kids.
y'all, by the
Don't
way.
have sex.
I'm just gonna introduce y'all.
Oh, hi.
hello, Retta.
Hi,
But
good
but
evening, ladies. So we want to keep the conversation on topic. I appreciate the input that each of you ladies have given, and I appreciate you coming up to express, um, your perspective on everything. But we do want to kind of keep everything um, according to the conversation. And really, Michael, the conversation was to gain input from ladies on how men can be better partners.
Yes, yes,
yeah, we didn't
Yes,
it is. It
thank
is.
you, Coretta.
it just says
All right, so I'm going to drop back down. But ladies, please, let's talk one at a time. You're actually doing a lot better than the ones from yesterday. But please,
Oh
let's
no,
talk one at a
yesterday was
time.
crazy.
Let's make sure we respect everyone. And when we're not speaking, make sure our mics are on mute. So I'm going to drop back down.
But it seems like Stargazer, you were in that live, so you heard things, and it seems like all of y'all have your own opinions. Like what can men do to hold themselves accountable? What do they need to do? What do you hear that women are complaining about?
that.
This is just about
Um,
men. Forget
I
about
don't know.
we
I don't
we
know if
we
the
not
4B
deflecting.
women want the men to be held accountable. I just think they want to be left alone from them. I think they're past. I think accountability is a stage some women who are still interested in men are stuck in, which is lit.
I'll be
But I
honest
think
with
that
you. I'm not
they're
talking about 4B. I'm
oh,
not
okay. No
even
more
talking about
4Bs.
4B. I'm talking about you in general. Just in
Regular
general,
regulars.
from your
Okay.
well,
perspective, regular
for a woman
degulars. Let's
that
talk.
for a woman that doesn't mind being coexisting with men or being marrying or associating themselves with men, I would say that in order for me to have, like, I gotta, if I'm going to ask a man to do something for me, I want something from him. I gotta take on that same stance and apply that to myself. I gotta channel that in and be that best person for him, so I can be his reflection, he can be my reflection. So my thing is, and some women may agree, some women may not. But what I think that men can really benefit from is listening to women. Maybe not so much like,
I wrote that down already. You did say listen, so you can expand on that, or you can give me some other. But yeah, so we
okay,
need to listen to
yes. L-
women.
l-
Go keep. Let me know.
well, and I would like to see them hold each other accountable.
Okay.
So we do have other men that are out there that do come pretty hard on women, and I would like to see them fight for women. Because I see a lot during the whole BLM movement and everything. We've seen a lot of sisters out there, representing for the brothers and really fighting for them. And I would like to see that too. I would like to see men holding each other accountable when it comes to these podcaster men, saying, hey, that's not right for you to say. Maybe you want to rewind that, maybe, circle the block on that, because all women are not
In the
like that.
comments.
You know, Probably like just
Mm,
basically, holding themselves accountable. And I think that women, we need to hold ourselves accountable and say, look, all that, Suki Hana and all that, just being outlandish and just grotesque behavior,
Wait a
maybe.
minute. You going more into the women than you are to the men. I
Oh,
understand what you're saying, but
oh, I'm
You
sorry.
gotta
so
watch the
specific. I
patterns. You
see.
gotta watch the patterns.
I'm seeing.
I thought I was weighing it out pretty even. I'm sorry.
Not
But I'm just
complain.
saying you didn't go into detail. I'm trying to get like I
Oh,
guess some concrete things that we could do. You said
okay.
hold men accountable, hold other men accountable, hold yourself
Yes.
accountable. I got that. But what
Okay.
does that look like?
Okay, like I was stating earlier, like when we are seeing men speaking poorly against women, maybe not generalize all women, and just speak on a particular type of woman if they are going to speak on women, and try to, not so much look at it like, oh, she's just no good, but look at, well, how did she become that way? How did, maybe she's dealing with trauma. Maybe she's gone through some things in her life, and that's why she's living the life that she is, and not so much come down on her like she's just some 304. Maybe there's things that led up to that. you know so maybe
More
not.
understanding, more
Yeah, some
empathy,
more,
more
a little bit more.
grace.
Yeah, a little bit more grace, and maybe I should have showed more grace to this, Suki Hana and all that. But that, I guess that's just
I
me.
love that you discover things yourself. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Hold on a second for me, guys. I appreciate that. Yeah, I really want to hear from y'all, and this is y'all's chance. And I ain't gonna be here, too much longer. But this is y'all's chance, because
Stop
I'm taking
living.
notes. Huh?
That's what I want to see. We talking all this relationship
Hold on, I
shit.
didn't hear you. Say it one more time. Say it to the people in the back. What'd you say?
Stop the unalive, and that's what I want to see changing
That's
with
what
the
I've heard a
men.
lot of complaining about there.
I live in New York City. I done ran 3 times this week from men. Had to take off running because they don't like the word
I'm coming
no.
for you. Give me a second. Okay, but I've been hearing that a lot, and then sometimes, when you hear it, you kind of just overlook it because it's not something that, I can deal with violence, and I can imagine I could be in a fist fight, somebody could unalive me, but it's not that prevalent. But I've been hearing this a lot, like keep your hands to yourself, take no for an answer. You know what I mean? Like it's sounding real dangerous out there.
Even like as you have young daughters, like I remember when I was younger, right? My dad and my stepdad both hated him. I had 2 male best friends. They both hated him. They didn't believe in the idea of male best friends. But I know this boy since I was 9. Pre-puberty. We grew up together. We graduated college together. We like the 3 amigos, right? The same year, one of them confessed their love for me. I told him no. He didn't know how to handle it. And the second one, this is somebody who would be like at my dad, everything. He would be at the house. He could fall asleep at my mama's house. It wasn't even a thing. He tried to assault me. And I had on 3X sweatpants, huge army fatigue. It wasn't even giving that. And that was one of those moments when I was just like, damn, like there is no like people like there's no such thing as a male friend. Like he been plotting since I was 9 years old, bro. Like it just be
They
like, I
call
don't
that
know.
grooming.
I don't
Can
know
I
why a man can't take rejection.
can I also say something onto that? So I grew up, my father and my mother, they would tell me, everything has a cause and effect to it. Making sure that, you're checking your surroundings, making sure that, you do exercise your Second Amendment. And I got really good with archery, and I'm really good with my pew pew. Um, my father and them, they own several businesses around that type of pew pew business, and so I've been adapted to knowing how to practice, how to keep myself safe, and I think
Okay.
that the women have to kind of like think of it like, if you don't put yourself in a situation, and I'm not saying every woman don't think of themselves. I'm not saying that at all.
Because this is
Please
about
don't.
this is about the men. This is about the men and holding men
Yes,
accountable,
yes.
right?
We have a hard time with
That's what I
that.
want to hear about. That's the topic.
Yeah.
That's the
I
subject.
ain't gonna lie, Star. We started to see a little pattern.
Okay. Maybe I
But it,
should
but
drop.
I but I, I
I'll
get
drop.
I
I'll
get I
drop.
get what you're saying. But right now, I just want to kind of keep your own topic. But I see what you're saying. They
Right.
do
Yeah.
need to
I
protect
keep
themselves
I keep getting
and be
off
aware.
track, so I don't want to come off like that. I'll go ahead and drop, and I hope you
They
guys stay
love you. They
blessed.
love you now.
Ron
No,
love
no
you.
problem. No problem.
You guys have a
We
good
love you
night.
too. Lovely. You too. Lovely. What's up?
Hey,
Welcome.
hey,
Hey.
thank you. Okay, one of the things that I haven't heard was men wanting to go 50-50. Now, some people may be okay with that. I'm not okay with it. And like, I shouldn't have to be going on a date with you and having to pay half on a date the first time I meet you. Things like that. Like,
Have
it's
you ever been
fine
through
if
that
you're
situation before?
plenty.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
I'm in the dating scene right now, and there are plenty of men wanting you to go 50-50 on meals. If you get serious in a relationship and you start talking about marriage and moving in, 50-50 on rent, 50-50 on everything. And to me, how can you truly be, a strong provider if you're expecting that woman to constantly
A
go
real
50
man.
50?
Okay. All
You
right.
know what I'm saying?
Okay. I'm right.
So,
Listen, I'm taking notes. I'm writing that down. The 50-50 thing is a problem. I've heard people complain about that. So I mean, we can hold men accountable for not being where they need to be providers,
yes,
and
that
leaders.
was my
But
point.
you're talking
Yeah.
about on dates and all that. But it
Yeah.
would be okay for them to be selective, especially if they are, spending their time and their resources and their money. It's okay for them to be to like be selective on who they deal with.
They should be,
Correctly,
right. They should
correct.
be more selective
But
on who they want to go out with, who they want to take out on a date, who they want to further their relationship with, because eventually it's going to start off with that small date and then it's going to start triggering down to bigger things. So, oh, we're going 50-50 on this, we're going 50-50 on that. It's fine to go, figure out what your budget is once you're in that relationship and it's serious. But at the same time, men also need to step up. If you don't have it like that right now, don't date.
step up.
Do what you need to do
Okay.
to step yourself
All
up.
right.
Stop
You
trying to
caught me on
get
a
with
good day
women.
because I'm letting you get it. You give it to me.
I mean, this is what I've been going through for the past year. I've encountered a lot of men who aren't where they need to be at their age, and
And they
it's
not
like, look.
cash apping you either, are they? They're not sending the cash app
Well,
on
the thing is,
demand.
it's not even about cash apping me. I'm not asking you for money. I have my own money. But yeah, it's like the guys are coming to me and asking me, will I go 50-50? I'm not even
Like
asking them, or,
that
you know,
conversation sounds ridiculous to even
it, yeah.
have with you.
And a lot
Okay.
of them
I don't
are
like that.
comfortable even saying that as a man. And it's mind boggling for me. And it's kind of frustrating when you're trying to find a partner they don't have to pay for everything. But at the same time, I want to feel like I can depend on you. And what ends up happening is, in the past for me, is where I end up being the person who is the leader. I end up having to take more on than what he's actually taking on. And that's frustrating.
So you need somebody who is a better leader. That's part of the
A
movement
better
also. Let me
leader.
ask you a question.
Correct.
Yeah, I just want to know if besides financially, is there anything else? Ruby Queen, were you about to say something? I'm saying Rebel Queen.
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
was just
Jump in.
gonna say on top of that, when I hear men talking about equality, when women talk about equality, we're talking about having equal agency in our lives, equal opportunity to thrive in business. And men seem to talk about it in terms of violence. Well, if you want equality, I should be able to hit you. Like, come on,
Mm-hmm.
dudes. It's for men, like you guys that's where you need to hold each other accountable and say, that's not right. Equality doesn't mean you get to hit me. It means I have equal agency to run my life. And so, talking about making women feel safe, women don't feel safe being outside alone. Women don't feel safe in their own homes, and now you men say, oh, you have equality now, so we get to hit you or something. That's ridiculous. And I
It
think that's
does
where
sound
men need to hold each
ridiculous.
other accountable and say, hey, that's not what that's about.
All right. If Coretta comes up, what
No, so
she
I'm
all
just curious. I'm just making sure that I'm on point here. What time are you shutting down the live, and what time are you
I'm
stopping?
I'm sorry. So it's 11:35 right now. So I mean, it's gonna be a hard stop at 12. So it's yeah. I'll
Okay,
leave it at
just
that.
checking because I do have a couple people that want to come up, and I didn't
Bring
want
them,
to
bring them
cut
up.
any
I
people
need I
off
need more.
before.
And I'm gonna tell you, Coretta, I'm trying to take notes and I'm trying to get something that's useful. Y'all, are you understanding everything? Is it you feel like I'm getting some good information yet, or I feel like I need something a little more concrete.
Well, so basically, ladies, what we're looking for is female input on how men can be better at just being men overall, not necessarily relationships. I did say that earlier, but overall better as men, because if they become better men, then they will automatically become better partners. So we understand the whole relationship dynamic part of it in terms of there's already been a lot of things that have been said, as far as the disgruntlement, as far as relationships are concerned. But what can men do to improve themselves overall as men, so that they can be better people, better humans, better. So for me, I would say,
You can go ahead and bring. Go ahead.
a lot of character development therapy, transparency. And I think men need to support men, because men don't have the same resources that we have. We have our girlfriends that we can go to and lean on and cry with, and things like that. But men don't support men in that same way. They feel bottled up with a lot of emotions, and a lot of times that comes across as distance and disrespect and things like that when it comes to their women or women in general. So until we can resolve the issues that men bottle up and keep to themselves and don't share and go unresolved, we're going to see a lot of issues with men. But I'm going to drop back down because I cannot modify from up here.
No, that's fine. And you can bring them up. The G stands for 4G. Now, man, I'm gonna explain that again tomorrow. Really, I'm just, for these last couple of minutes, I just want to really just talk to the ladies. This is a test run to do what we said we was gonna do. So, oh man, I know my guys want to come up too, but it's all right. But yeah, go ahead and send them up, and we're gonna talk. Janita,
Hi.
welcome.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, your moderator, for allowing me up. Thank you.
She's awesome.
She is. She's very discerning. I appreciate that in a woman. And one thing that I would say, when it comes to dating, I feel like, for me, well, first and foremost, I just don't get asked out a lot. I don't, and that's okay, and that's fine. I'm okay. But when men do ask me to go out, that's you're asking for my time, you're asking for my availability. So if you did want to go 50-50, what? That's rude. Like, I didn't come up to you, I didn't ask you out, I didn't try to take up your time and availability. And so yeah, the 50-50, it really just goes back onto a very old school, like Julia Child's era, a rule book. And I think that her name was actually, I won't even think of it. Anyway, whoever asks a person out should be the one that pays. So if you ask me out, I expect you to pay, because you asked me for my time and attention. So you should pay because you asked me for my time and attention. I didn't ask you. I didn't stop you. I didn't put you off. I didn't stop you in your tracks, nothing. So yeah, that's one thing that I think that has just really been missed. Oh,
Okay,
I'm sorry. I heard you
that's
speaking.
financial,
Go ahead.
but no, I understand what you're saying. So that's something that you really care about. It matters if that's what you care about. I'm gonna say this.
I matter about manners. Nope, I matter
Okay.
about manners. You're right. I do. I'm a very manner specific person. It's manners.
Okay.
So, when I walk into a room, I speak. If I leave a room, I speak. And when you ask me out, you have also agreed to not only orchestrate the situation, but you also agree to pay.
Okay. All right. I agree with you. Hold on. I got to talk to Chat Paper. I got to give him some chat before you
Hey,
talk. What's going on, brother?
hey, it's all
We
good.
started letting the guys up. Okay. It's great.
Yeah,
It's good to see you.
apparently the lady said that the fellas could,
We was
but I
holding off. Yeah, we
yeah.
had to. But you know what? This is something that we came up with because really, I do want to. You know what I mean? I'm trying to see what's up. I've heard a lot of things that they're what that's complaining about. But I know you gonna get in here and act. Go ahead.
No,
All
no,
right.
no, no. I'm too old for the conversation, really. I mean, my wife and I, we've been married, 40 years, got, 4 kids, 8
Mm-hmm.
grandkids, you know what I'm
You
saying?
sound
So I,
calm
I,
today,
I
man.
just,
You having a
yeah,
good
I'm
day.
65 years old, man. So for me, this is just fun to listen to the new way of doing
Cool.
things. I mean, back in my day, yeah, you ask a young lady out, it's an assumption that if I'm inviting her to the movies, I've already bought the tickets, or something. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those old kind of things. But but that could be limited these days. We really have to take a look at how that's going to
You
go.
think they really having conversations like that? Like, hey, we're gonna go 50-50 on this movie date. That sounds ridiculous, don't
Yeah, it
it?
doesn't sound.
No,
They
I'm on
they
his
they,
same
they
page.
horrible.
It could
They
be.
horrible.
It could be. I don't know
It
sure
should.
I'm not sure what the young people are doing today. Back in my day, if you ask a
And
young
I'm not
lady
saying
out,
I'm not saying
you
what
know,
I'm a little
yeah,
older too, but you're
yeah,
right. It could be, but my standpoint is it should be. If you ask me to hang out with you on Friday to go watch the new whatever is going on in the cinema, I'm going to show up and I expect tickets. I expect popcorn. I'm expecting you to have already to have provided the experience of you trying to show me that you can take care of things. Like you're a go-getter, you're a do-gooder, and I
yeah.
need to
All
put my
that.
faith in you.
Yeah, but holding men accountable. I think that's a. I think at first, I'm not sure if I to look at it that way. I think it's holding. I think in a sense, yeah. I think if the young ladies today, and my concern is for the African American community. If the African American community, if the young ladies were to take sex off the table immediately and create a culture that says, look, sex is for men, it's not for boys. And if you get it to that level, then that will motivate more, I believe, the young men to man up, to more or less realize, hey, look, we're not playing games here.
You
We're
could put
gonna
that on a t-shirt.
we're gonna
I'm
go.
sorry to interrupt you, sir. I'm so
Go ahead.
sorry. No,
Yeah,
you could put that on a t-shirt. Sex is for men, not boys. That's no, you need to coin that one immediately.
yeah, but it really is. Well, it's something my dad kind of, we had the talk. He had the talk with the boys, me and myself and my brothers, and he kind of hinted at that sex is for men, it's not for boys. And the boys that go out there and play around, and they end up, creating these. At the time, we used to call them, illegitimate pregnancies, whatever, but they don't call it that these days. But my dad was pretty much putting it out there that sex is for men, and men, they seek out responsibility. You're taking responsibility, and I know last time we talked about this, I talked about how hey, I come from 100%. My dad said, "You want to be the man or the boy?" I want to be the man. He said, "Then everything's on you. All the bills, all the cars, all the policies, everything in your name. If not, then you're not ready." And that's how my dad put it. But yeah, sex is for men, and if the ladies could realize, hey, look. If you want to show your mentality, my sister used to call it mentality. You know, if you want to check a young person, a young man's
It's
mentality,
another coin.
then
Something else
yeah,
you need to coin.
yeah,
Put it on a
mentality.
t-shirt.
Yeah, mentality is something you can measure, and that's that desire to not necessarily impress you as a young lady being single, but is that young man should be pursuing skill sets, working on himself, developing a down payment for a condominium. He should be looking at transportation, education, income. The whole his entire life should be about self development and pulling forward. And if he's doing that, then he's qualified to look for a helpmate. They say, and then that way also, if a young lady is holding up that quality, that standard, hey, look, my legs are shut to you. So we can stop talking about that. See, if you could just get to that level between the men and women, then you're going back to that group, and then now you can choose. Hey, look, You can see I'm moving forward. My mentality is up to speed. I'm moving forward. I'm not pursuing you on just a sexual level, but look, yes, I find you attractive, of course, but then again, I'm doing other things. What do you think about my leadership? This is where I want to go. This is what I want to do. I think a
And
lot
not
more
even
young
that,
men.
not even just that.
And we're gonna let the new people jump in too
Yeah,
when you get done.
yeah. So
It's
go
gonna be a good
ahead, go ahead.
conversation. It's in there.
I didn't want to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Just go
But
ahead.
I was just going to just champion what you were just saying because my father was basically giving me the same alternate advice that you were giving or that you were given as a son and I was given as a daughter. Make him prove a point, make him prove a stance. Don't just lay down and be down. He's got to make sure that you can be taken care of. He has to make sure that you are going to be um an acceptable person, a respectable person. He's not just going to use and abuse and misuse and then phew, discard you. That was something that I definitely grew up with the same mindset, and I appreciate that. And I appreciate that you try to instill that into your children. Thank you.
A generation
Chat,
where
chat is awesome.
when I got married, I was a virgin. So that to try that on, try
You
those
don't you
shoes on
don't
for a
hear
minute.
that.
Yeah, I was a virgin when I got married. So that's the whole thing. I grew up in that idea where if you have intercourse, that is the most serious thing you can do in the whole universe. You see, so I grew up in that sort of that that environment that said, "Hey, look, that's not to play with. You don't play with that. Once you do that, you're a whole nother level." So that's something to deal with. I think if young people were to practice celibacy and just start to really interview each other and get to know each other on a human level, it'll create some improvements in the black community. Uh,
Okay,
And,
appreciate that.
and
Go
I'm
ahead,
going to
whoever.
I'm only going to,
You got the
I'm
floor. Go
sorry,
ahead.
I
was it me?
didn't want to cut you off. I was gonna say,
Go ahead.
when it comes to men
Make it
in
make it make it
general,
quick because I do want to hear from Indigo Big Law Chef, and I got Miss Peaches here too. And we ended in like 12 minutes, so go ahead and land that plane, Janita, and then you can banter about. But go ahead.
Oh, well, I didn't want to interrupt the young lady, but I was just going to say
Well,
that in
please don't
today's
if you don't want
society,
to.
I do think that trying no, I'm saying
You
something.
already
I
there
want to
now. Go
say
ahead.
this. I think that in today's society, the fact that we might think that they want to think the way that we thought, if I have to say that again, we can't think the way that we think that they thought. And when I'm talking about our children and I'm talking about our grandchildren, we can't think the way we thought. That's not how they think. They're having sex, they're doing it early, they're doing it a lot. What we really need to be focusing
Okay.
on is protection, and we need to be focusing on identification, and we need to be focusing on ways to make themselves productive and safe and just productive overall. And that's me landing my plane. Thank you.
I love it. I love it. All right, come on. I know
I was
you're on
gonna
topic, Indigo. How you
say,
doing?
I'm good, and you guys?
I'm doing great. Well,
I was gonna say I'm actually 27, about to turn 28. So I guess me being a part of the younger generation, what I wanted to say is how what I've noticed in the way black children are raised, I feel like the females are kind of held accountable and trained that they need to position themselves in a way that they can be suitable for marriage in terms of having a career, being a respectable woman. And I feel
you
like
live in the
black males
U.S.?
are. Yes, I live in New York.
Okay, cool. Go ahead.
And I was gonna say that black males are kind of raised with a freedom where they kind of get to explore and kind of figure themselves out in a different way than I believe black females are. And I think if black males kind of had a little bit more guidance in terms of not tying their masculinity to sex and kind of understanding that in order to be a leader, it comes with responsibilities and how, like,
being in a position of power is not about being glorified and having people revere you. It comes with people trusting you because they believe your ideas or the things that you're implementing in society is beneficial to community, and how the decisions that they make impact the people around them, and they can't just benefit off of the support of other people just because we're disadvantaged as a community.
Ooh, thank you. I love
I know
that.
you're going to I know you're gonna cut me off. I
Hold
know
on,
you're gonna cut
hold
me
on.
off. I really don't want you to.
Yeah, yes,
Please
you
don't,
know.
please don't, please. Miss Indigo, you said something very profound because you're absolutely right. And it wasn't just something that was a northern kind of concept. No, young, especially black and brown boys are taught and they are given the gravity that they can just kind of go out and do what they want. And then the young brown and black girls, we have to face the consequences if we do what we want, right? And
This
so
starts
it's such
young.
a totally different. It does. It's very young. Even when we are manipulated and even when we are preyed upon for black and brown girls, even when we're preyed upon, we're still the ones that are
Janita, you're
supposed
gonna
to
have to
be
come
held
see me tomorrow.
accountable
I'm gonna be
because
on live tomorrow,
what?
Janita.
We're,
You're gonna have to come see me tomorrow. You're talking real, but just give me 1 second. I'm gonna keep this real. G Chef, go ahead and talk. You gotta come see me tomorrow, Janita. But just hang tight. How's it going, brother? On.
Oh man, I'm hanging in there, but
Okay, man. Thank you for being patient.
oh, it's all good.
Big Law, I got you. Miss Peaches, I
About
got you too.
holding men accountable. What can we
You
do
got 2 minutes,
to
Chef.
do
Go
that?
ahead.
I think what we can do is, fathers have to raise their sons in a greater light. Um, for one, a lot of young black men are being raised um, by mothers. You know what I mean? And so, what that does, it doesn't teach them how to be, in a sense, respectful. Because sometimes mothers tend to despise the same young boys that they're raising because they might be upset with the dad or whatever may have happened in that relationship, and those children tend to um, they don't get the nurturing and the guidance from the male that they should. And sadly, that
that's a cop out.
if you are
That's a
having
cop out.
children,
Where was the father? Where's the daddy?
Hold
Where's the
on, hold
father?
on,
And
hold
where's the
on, hold
daddy to
on.
protect
look,
his seed?
They
what
not where they need to be. Not where they need to be. That's what he's saying. We gotta be there. Is that what you're saying,
that's
Chef?
yes,
That
that's what
that
I'm saying.
that they need to be there?
That's what I'm
No,
saying.
I hear what you're saying. No, that's
And
real. That's real.
yeah, and those women sometimes have to allow these men to raise their sons because they can't do it by themselves. They can't do it by themselves.
True. And right now, and you can come tomorrow too, but we are holding men
You
accountable. I
can't
like
blame the
exactly where
person
you
that
going
stuck
first there.
around.
Well, you have
What?
to ask yourself this: which baby daddy you're talking about?
You can't blame the person that stuck
One.
around.
See, y'all
I'm
getting
not.
Which
I'm
catty.
one?
not.
If there are
I'm
That's
not.
three
true.
baby daddies, if
It
the
didn't
first one
matter.
was
You can't
manipulated,
blame the person.
if
I
the
was
first one was the result of
Hold on.
manipulation, and the
Not
second
now.
one was the result of
Why y'all want
deception,
to do this at the end?
then what was the third one? The third baby daddy, who was he? Was he a manipulator? Were you just
I think you
Big
can't blame
Law.
people for the choices that they make.
Hold on, y'all. My moderator
Chef,
trying to
Chef, you
regulate.
can finish your statement, and then Miss Peaches. But we are bringing this chat to an end
That's it. And Big
in
Law.
five
Don't forget about
minutes.
Big Law. Big Law
And
got
big
something to say,
oh,
so let's
big
make
law.
that.
So Chef, if you can finish your statement, please.
I,
Then Big
I'm.
Law,
I'm.
and then Miss
I don't
Peaches.
want to take up no more time, but I do have a lot more to say, but I won't take up any more time.
Tomorrow, Big Law. I mean, Chef. Tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Oh
Tomorrow.
yeah.
This was a time. Appreciate it. Thank you,
Yes,
Thank you,
sir.
Coretta. I appreciate you. Big Law. Go ahead.
Hey
And Miss
guys,
Peaches.
this is actually a
You want
pretty
to let
good
a lady go
live.
first, or you got something quick?
This is
Go ahead,
actually a
in
pretty
and
good
out.
live because most people didn't kind of speak over each other and be disrespectful like a lot of other lives, and I don't like joining those because it's just counterproductive. But I'll just say this: we're not perfect people, and yes, everybody has points. I think the point is when you have a child with somebody that's co-parenting, you got 50%, the other person has 50%. and it's in the best interest of the child for both people to work together. Now, I'm not saying that's always easy, but doing the right thing, a lot of times this isn't easy. And the men need to do better and try to work with the women, and the women need to do better. And sometimes when they get, feelings, and that's okay because it's women, a lot of women are more emotional than men. That's okay. Just do it in the best interest of
Thank you
the
for gifting
child.
the panel chat. I love you, my dog. Keep going. I'm
That's all
sorry.
I'm saying. And as far as like taking a woman out and dating, I had a chance to look at your page, Miss Carter. And if I asked you out, I wouldn't expect. I would just want you to show up. I wouldn't ask you to do anything. I hold your door for you. I'll bring some flowers for you. I take you to the
You
movie, and if you was
shooting
hungry, I take you out to dinner. I wouldn't ask you for nothing. Maybe a kiss goodnight.
Big
See,
Law, or
you
you
see,
shoot me a shot. Because
it's
you're gonna
some,
I'm
have to
just
it's
saying.
they
I'm
out
just
there.
saying. I'm just saying. I wouldn't. And I'm 40, so I'm not too young or too old or anything. Like I'm in the middle, so I wouldn't expect. I never asked a woman out and expected her to go 50-50. That's
All
just
right,
that's just me.
you shot your
That's
shot,
all.
man. Listen, man, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Go ahead. I think Coretta off mute. I do want to talk to Miss
Was
Peaches, but
that
I'm gonna
Big
let her end
Law?
it out.
Hold on, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Y'all need to tell me who my next
take
boyfriend
it down to
is.
the
Wait a
chat.
minute, point
Take
him
it
out.
down to the chat. Take it down to the chat.
God
Big
Tell me what
doggone.
you
Law,
got to say.
whoever talking. What'd you say, Coretta?
That's my
Take,
new
take,
boyfriend.
take that love
Y'all write it
connection
down.
down to the chat, honey.
Love
Miss
connection in the chat, and
Peaches.
it's going down. I love love, but I want to talk to Miss Peaches. Miss Peaches, you've been patient. How you doing? How you doing?
Hey, host. Hey, Coretta. Thank you for allowing me up. Hey, panel guests. So, you asked a very important question that I thought was amazing. Yes, I'm close to being 50 years old, but what can men do? And I think that we
No,
were
you
not
not.
very specific. Am
Why
I
you
good?
lying, Miss Peaches? You're not 50,
What?
you're not close to 50 years old. Go ahead.
Yes, I am. I got a 32
You
year
look
old
good,
daughter.
girl.
Thank you.
Ooh.
And so, self-awareness, and I hear that a lot on panels, but they don't understand what self-awareness is.
Okay.
Taking time out for yourself to figure out what your value is very important, especially for men, because men are, we always hear it, protector, providers, and leaders, right? But if that leader doesn't know what pushes their buttons and they can't stay in control of what pushes their buttons, then they're not self-aware. And so now you got to go and we got to self-regulate. So we're going to teach the men how to self-regulate those emotions and those reactions that they're having, because all it is a deeply held belief or core value that was installed in you as a child. That's it. And so the intensity of the response usually surprises a man when he responds to something. He'd be like, Dad, why did I respond to something like that strong? And so I would tell people, when your emotions are out of proportion, we really need to look at that. And I think that's what a lot of women are saying when we're talking about, gentlemen that are at the extreme portion of DV, or at the extreme portion of, running around punching women in the face or whatever. We have to look at what is causing that. Another thing I would say is thinking traps. People jump in these thinking traps and they think they know everything. And all it is rose-colored glasses. And so if we teach our men to not jump to conclusions, not mind read, not think in time scope, everything is going to be this way, it's never going to change, then I think women will get a better understanding. And I think effective communication is another one. I hope you're writing this down. Effective
Oh,
communication. And then when I say effective communication, I'm going to break it down for everybody. You identify the problem by yourself, because that's where you look at what is really going on. Ask yourself what questions in the mirror, gentlemen. And then when you figure out what is really pissing you off, because it's usually not something that's on the surface. It's not what we're bringing. It's like an iceberg. Whatever's on the surface is not what you're arguing about. I always say have the right conversation instead of the wrong argument. If you ask yourself that question, then you can go in there, you can describe the problem objectively to your spouse or to your bosses. You can express your concerns. You can ask for reasonable, doable change, and then you can list the positive outcomes. And that will build optimism in your relationships. So when it comes to dating, I will also say this. Men have to understand, and I hear a lot of women saying this on the TikTok streets, the lies, the manipulation, the lies.
close
There's
us out.
dating.
Close us out. Go ahead.
There's dating, you collect data. That's all they're doing. They're just collecting data on you. Then there's dating with a purpose. Men need to understand when you're out there dating, if you're not dating someone with a purpose, then they're just collecting data. That's it. Dating with a purpose, committed dating, and then marriage. I
See
land
who
my
Miss
plane
Peaches
there.
is.
Y'all have a good day.
Thank you, Miss
Oh,
Peaches.
I
That was actually
love
awesome.
you.
That was awesome.
No, hey, man, it always ends so great. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. This was a test run. Thank you, Coretta, for even just coming through, and doing what you do. I've already heard. We're gonna chat it up. But thank you, everybody in the panel that came up. Thank you for everybody who gifted the panel. It's going down. Thank you for this. I love you. I mean it. Miss Coretta, you got something to say before we head out?
Nope.
Bam.